All right, we're going, Manny.
Welcome to Community with Kevin and Manny.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome to episode number 6 of Community G. My name is Kevin, and I have Manny here with me. How's it going, Manny? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm excited. You know, great show today. Great show. I think so.
I think today we're gonna have the most guests that we ever had in our short history, but they will be on shortly. But to get started, we know we are living through some tough times, right? But luckily, some people we have it a little easier than others. But can you share with us someone that's having going through a tough time right now?
Yeah. Right now, unfortunately, like some of our G's are going through some tough times, even probably worse than us. Um, the Godfather, he's a part of our community and our EMLS. His wife's father passed away, and I know they started a GoFundMe. So if you can able to donate to him, you know, he's part of our community. If not, just a like and a reshare. You never know who it might reach out to. So we'll appreciate it.
Yeah, like we said earlier, some people are going through a harder time than we do. So if you have a chance to help out or retweet, I'm sure that he'll be happy with that. But let's go ahead and get started a little bit with Liga Galaxia. We're gonna get started with the Xbox League today, and pretty much it's starting to heat up. There's some 2 match days left, and yesterday Cosmo SC beat Effort 2-1 in the series. So how do you think Cosmo is doing before they head into the playoffs?
Between 2 and 4 is tough. They're fighting for their spots. Fifth spot is looking in straight from the stands. Has to win every game now. I think effort is his. They're in the driver's seat. If they win series, they're in. But if they drop some coming in, they're out.
Yeah, and pretty much this next week on Tuesday, it's gonna be Effort versus Straight from the Stand. So I think right there we could pretty much see if Effort is gonna hang on to that last spot, or if Straight from the Stands is gonna threaten them for that last playoff spot. We also had Guardians of the Galaxy. They beat Straight from the Stands 2-1 in that series, and Star Lords and Esquadron they both had buys, but I know they had some scrimmages. But what do you think about that team Star Lords? They seem that they're rolling pretty good. They're approaching to 100 goals scored.
Yeah, 100 goals scored, and I think a boat has about like 50% of them. So hopefully a team can stand up like straight from the stands did last week, and actually slow them down. But I think they're pretty much a lock in for first place. Um, Hopefully another team steps up and changes up their formation or finds the right defensive tactics to slow them down. Because other than that, they might have another title.
Yeah, I think we gotta get like an all-star defense team from Liga G and put them into that league. See if we could slow them down, right?
Yeah, there's some players that actually transfer over from Liga G to Liga Galaxia. You have Brun that went from, being a two-time champion here at Liga G, went to straight from the center left back, and they lost a series. They actually won a series with an AI. So I don't know what that means. Hey, start signing some DPs defenders, and now there were rumors that there's a so-called vegan gamer heading out to Star Lords. You know what? I'm gonna say this out loud because it has to be said. Gamer, he missed the final against Pineapples, right? And then he joins Pineapples, and now he's going to the affiliated team to Pineapples, which is Star Lords. I'm starting to think that this guy's the Beckham of EMLS. I think he's looking at his brand. He might have a team and an expansion for Xbox. Who knows?
Yeah, that's interesting. I find it funny how you connect all those dots.
Kevin Baxter told me those.
See, I believe Kevin Baxter a little more because if you would have said Will Forbes, I would have been like, nah, I don't believe that guy.
Hey, sometimes he's gonna be one day he's gonna be right, and at that time that he's gonna be right, he's gonna let everybody know.
Yeah, well, that's a different story because I know a lot of us have our thoughts about that guy. But so going back to Liga Galaxia, pretty much if you had to pretty much bet your money today, who's winning that championship in a few weeks? Who do you put your money on?
As much as like Star Lords is right now cream of the crop in that league. I'm gonna if I have to make a bet, and I'm a betting man, and I like to gamble, I'm gonna go with Escuadrón Galactico.
Escuadrón
I've seen their
Galáctico to
games. I've seen their games. I show. Hey, I think they can make an upset if they make a push, and they're right in the middle of the pack. Huffman made a big statement coming off the gates about Golden Boot, and Boat just left him behind. He's still out there. Catch up or something. Cosmos, you're there, but I think Escuadrón Galactico is gonna make the final against Star Lord.
Yeah, you know what? They just have to stop that high power offense because we've mentioned it before. Bo, like he already has more goals than what he had all last season, and there's still some games left. So I think that it's gonna be hard to stop him. But you never know. You never know. Maybe Escuadron could stop him in the playoffs. I think that's
Look
gonna
at
be
the
really
look at the blueprint that straight from the Senate. They shut them down for all three games. They didn't let
yeah.
them come out the gate scoring,
I think they're the only team that has won a series against Star Lords.
so they're beatable.
Yeah.
Any team is beatable.
I think so. We're gonna transition a little bit into Liga G. Let me go ahead and get all our guests that we have on, and we're gonna start off with Richard, who's representing Beer Belly Boys. How's it going, Richard?
It's going good. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing good. And then we want to get started knowing a little bit more about you guys. So, can you let us know what position you play, and how long you've been a Galaxy fan, and how you became a Galaxy fan?
Yeah, for Beer Billy Boys, I'm pretty much kind of like a fill-in. I'll play attacking mid, defensive mid, and right back most of the time. As far as a Galaxy fan, I've grown up my entire life as a Galaxy fan, so since '96, um, and it's just something that I enjoy going to the games. When I go to the games, most of the time, I sit out in the large section. So that's most of the time where I'll sit. But
Awesome. That's great. Great to hear that. Pretty much, this league has brought more Galaxy fans together, and now we have the representative for DLG. Diego, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. I go by Chom83. I play defense, center back for DLG. I've been a big Galaxy fan since '96. Cool story. One of my brothers, and my Nino, they actually were working security since 1996. So at the Rose Bowl, and I got to wander those halls all the time. Always remember the 4th of July games; those were always awesome. One day I got to pick Jorge Campos' jersey. That was a highlight, basically.
I hope you're not the one selling them
Yeah.
on
So,
eBay.
oh hell no!
Cause those should
No,
look
no,
like
no,
they
no!
say
I
like
didn't get to
what I
keep
mean.
it. No, I didn't get to keep it. No,
Cause
no,
these
no, no.
guys,
I got to pick the one he wore.
cause these guys are savage, man. They'll trade
Oh
anything.
yeah, make some good money off of that. But yeah, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
And then Diego, I have a question, and I'm pretty sure other teams have the same question, but how do you pronounce the team's name? Is it De La Guerra, De La Guerra? Can you explain that to us?
Yeah. It's De La Guerra. Basically, the way we came up with that was we started playing and back in March when the pandemic started. So I started playing with all my nephews and stuff, so because I wasn't going to get to see them. Started playing with all my friends. We hadn't actually played pro clubs before that, so it just kind of happened because of the pandemic. and we needed a name, and we couldn't think of anything. And it's like, all right, well, what streets do we live on? And we just went street by street. And one of my nephews lives on De La Guerra here in Santa Barbara, so
Oh, what's up?
Oh,
we
okay.
went with De La Guerra.
I thought
Yeah,
you
and
I thought you guys were
we got people
military
from
family.
here. I know, right? You would think. Yeah, we got people like from Santa Barbara all the way down to San Diego, and we all just kind of grew up together. So, and we're all G's fans. So,
That was up.
That's great.
yeah.
And then we have Brun representing Senor Papa. How's it going, Brun?
It's going good. Um, it's Brun. I play center back. Now moving into left back this season. And I've been a Galaxy fan since 2019. Cool story about it is, president of ACB at the time. He was my cousin-in-law, and he pretty much. I was split half and half. I didn't know what team to support. I didn't follow MLS, and he luckily saved me onto the correct side.
To the best side.
Absolutely.
Shout out Antonio for bringing that up, saving Brun.
And then who do we have representing Rhino 96?
So I'm right here. I'm Gilbert. I play striker. I'm a Riot Squad season ticket member. And when Barcelona came about, I was actually really excited because I was like, man, I can't join that team. They got to get their shit together. And I was really with Cosmo, and then they had their first season, and I was like, nah, man, I can't join that team. They got to get their shit together or
Damn,
something
hey,
because
chillax,
it's looking real
chillax.
bad out there. It's looking real
Hey,
bad out there. Anyways, I'm not saying anything bad right now. I'm just stating facts. But I mean, I became a Galaxy fan. I'd say like in 2010. So I actually used to go to my local parks department, and the guy there, he used to get tickets for all of us from the Galaxy from a program called like Kicks for Kids or something like that. And so they would take a bunch of us just to the games like around 2010, and we would get to go to every single game, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed going to it. And I just kept going year after year, and then finally around like 2017, when I graduated high school and got a job and stuff, I got my first pair of season tickets, and that was in the large section.
and then at
Great.
21, you had your first beer with Lars, right?
So I
At
actually turned
21,
20.
right? At
So
21.
so I turned 21 last year during the pandemic, so I haven't been able to have my first beer with Lars yet. So I gotta
Oh man,
wait.
make sure you have it with Bob. He has he has a pint waiting for you.
Probably gonna be 22 before that happens.
And then we have Buki representing Borachex. How's it going, Buki?
Yo, how's it going?
It's going
Buki,
good, man.
So yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm with Borachex. I'm with Borachex. I play striker. I stand with the Outlaws, and damn, I've been a fan since birth, but I really started to fall in love with the team all over again in 2017 when they really sucked ass. But
that's true
that's how it
love.
be. That's how it
That's
be.
true love. You love them when they're ugly. You love them. That's what you go. You get them at the market, right? When they're in sweatpants, you love them at their worst, and then that's it. They're yours.
You know what? I think I agree. I think the tough times when it always brings out the best of me as a fan. But we also have representing Walnut is Herbie Herb. How's it going, Herbie Herb?
We're going pretty good. How are you guys today?
We're doing pretty good as well. So, what position do you play, and how long did you how long have you been a Galaxy fan?
Yeah, so I played center back for Wano Park. Had aspirations of being a defensive midfielder, but season one we were lacking defenders. It continues to be a trend, I guess, across the league. So I made the move to center back, and I've enjoyed it. I've been a Galaxy fan since I would say 2010, 2009. I got invited to my first game by my boss, and then I just fell in love with it. I've sat, I think 2011 I had a mini plan with Lars, and then 2012 I went over to ACB, and then 2013 I got season ticket holders in general admission, and I've been a season ticket holder since.
I think once you play defense, there's no going away from it. Me too. I
Agree.
I went from midfielder to center back, and a combination of I like playing center back now, and at the same time I don't think I would be able to get a position in the midfield. But
No, but
also,
I think if you play center back, you have a starting position in any league.
yeah, That's true.
That's for
And,
sure.
and then we have Antonio representing Barcelona.
Yeah, but I play left back for them and sometimes center back. I became a Galaxy fan in 2014. I always grew up watching them, and then I decided to go to the MLS Cup to see what it's all about, and then it's been kind of hooked ever since.
That's great. And then representing Galacticos is Damien. How's it going, Damien?
Up, strangers? How you guys doing?
Yeah.
So, Cupido, if others don't know me. I play striker for you guys, as you know, the best team in the league. Sorry. I became a Galaxy fan because I was told at a young age that I need to support a U.S. based team because I would only follow Ronaldinho around. And the reason why I'm a Galaxy fan is because of this man right here.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, right there. So yeah, here I am.
Yeah, I think
Right.
a lot of us, a lot of people are Galaxy fans because of Donovan, others because of Carlos Ruiz. I think we all have those players that have attracted us to this club. But representing Angelinos, we have Kelvin. How's it going?
Doing good, guys. Thanks for bringing me on to the show.
We're happy to have you guys on. And then, how did you become a Galaxy fan? And also, what position do you play for your team?
For sure, yeah. So I don't play in the league. I have a player who plays in the league. His name is Dominic Santiago. He's an import from Colombia. He plays right back for Angelino, so he's like really good. I'm just his agent, and he represents the
Like
team
your
on the
alter
field.
ego or what?
No, man, it's a different guy. It's a different guy, I swear.
Hey,
Um,
hey, it's almost like they say, once you start drinking, you become a different person. So I don't know. So
Yeah.
that name came out of somewhere. So I'm pretty sure you dreamed them up or something. You
Yeah,
had
I
to
don't.
already.
Yeah, it's just burner account, like that's. I mean, he's a real guy, but I personally, I guess I don't remember when I became a Galaxy fan because it was ever since I remember. I guess my parents were so close to calling me or naming me Kobe after Kobe Jones. So that's how far back it goes. And earliest memories, earliest memories are just the 4th of July games, like Diego said. So never forget those, and the tailgates and stuff. And we'll still go to the games today. I got the Angelinos, which is the group of friends that we go with. We like to crash in the ACB. I don't know if that hurts anyone's feelings, but it's pretty lit.
There's no crashing, bro. It's just party.
There you go. And then we also crashed before the game. The Riot Squad tailgate is like pretty good too. So got the best of both worlds.
Free flow, free flow. That's it. As long as you're drinking and passing, that's all we need.
Big family, yeah.
And then representing Galactic Empire, we have Tony. How's it going, Tony?
What's up, guys? My name's Tony Royale, and I represent Galactic Empire, the most beloved team in the league. But yeah, dude, pretty much, I became a Galaxy fan maybe since the 90s, dude, since Jorge Campos, being Mexican, Carlos Hermosillo days. I was literally like, okay, like this is a team to support in LA, but I guess when Beckham, 2007, when he signed, I guess that's when my love for LA Galaxy kind of relit, But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. And then representing Pineapples, we have Albie. And Albie's the first guest in community history to be on our show twice. So welcome back.
What's up, guys? Nice to be back. It's cool to see you guys and see all these other dudes' face for the first time for a lot of them. And I guess I should probably cover. I play center back for Pineapple Brats SC. We're the best team in Liga G. Period. I guess in terms of when I became a fan of the Galaxy, for sure, like a true fan, 2005. But I've been to the first. I don't know. The first game I was there by chance. My dad took me in '96, and I'd been to a bunch of the games at the Rose Bowl, but I didn't really start paying attention till Donovan showed up in 2005. In fact, that was like my first jersey was that 05 jersey, the gold with the green stripe going across from Nike. So I don't know. I've been going back ever since. At like when I was younger, like small plans and trying to go to as many single games as possible to like now just like full blown season ticket holder, like near Lars.
That's great, great stuff. And then we'll get started and start touching in with each team. The Angelinos coming into this season. What is your expectations for season 3?
Yeah, expectations for season 3 are definitely high. As we started, we're an original Liga G team. Started organically and just working its way up from there. And each season, each tournament, every competitive play that we've been in, we've definitely been in the mix of being competitive, making the playoffs, and making the run deep. So definitely for season 3, our aspirations are definitely championship. It's definitely going to be a much more balanced season this season with the amount of teams and the amount of talent spread out throughout. So it's definitely going to be a challenge, but I'm aspiring for the championship as a Liga G original.
All right, I have a question.
Yes.
So, seeing how you guys ended season 2, what changes or growth have you guys learned going towards season 3? That now that more teams have joined, and in my opinion, the firepower of all teams are now balanced. Like any team can light up the scores. So, what did you guys learn? Pretty much on decision day, you guys had the driver's seat and fell off. Some guy was drunk or something. Whoever you guys let drive. But what have you guys learned as a club?
I'm gonna place the blame on Dominic Santiago. I think he wasn't having a good game. But no, I think we're learning to develop like a mentality to stick through games like all the way through. I think we had the mentality of saying, okay, these teams aren't exactly as good as top of the table teams, so we should take it easy, which is what happened at decision day. And then what's changing now is, like as you said, everything's a little bit more level off. So I think we're going to be looking at everyone kind of equally with an equal hunger and try to beat everyone. So I think we're going to be pretty competitive this year. Mentally, we're doing good.
And then another now going in the question for Brun. Now that you have a new team, what's gonna be that style of your team? Are you guys looking to be an offensive team, or what could you tell us about Senor Papa?
Senor Papa, we're probably gonna be a very running gun type team. We have a very skillful striker in Jack, and then as on defense, I brought in a huge defensive piece at the center back, moved myself up to left back, and I brought in I would consider the best midfield in the league with 2 guys I brought in. So I think we'll be a very running gun team.
Excuse me, sir. You cannot be the best defensive midfield or best midfield without me in it. I'm just saying it.
You're not even top 3, so move on.
I was MVP candidate at CDM.
Where does the team name come from, Senor Papa?
Funny story. Senor Papa. So we made a group chat with some of the guys, and we were bored and we were thinking about a name, and then somebody was like, let's just use the potato emoji to troll everybody, and that's how Senor Papa came from.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a pretty unique, funny name.
Because we just wanted to troll. Yeah, we just wanted to troll with the potato emoji.
Nah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty unique. I'll give you that.
And then, we'll touch with Rhino. Being a new team, what are the expectations that you guys have? I know that a lot of you guys are used to winning because you guys came from a winning club. So what are the expectations for your team now?
Our expectations, I'm pretty confident that we'll at least make it to the semifinals of this tournament. Hopefully, if we do good throughout the season, we'll be a finalist and hopefully win it all. But I think we'll make it pretty far as long as we get our shit together in practice and start doing pretty good in games. I think the chemistry is getting there. being a new team and not getting teammates from different teams. I think everyone's coming together and we're doing something good.
Here's a follow-up question. So I know, like Kevin said, that you guys are, you guys have some pedigree, and you guys have won back-to-back championships with you, Gio, um, Mayo. You guys have MVP, top candidate forwards, but your defensive side of Cosmo left to Senor Papa. How did you guys recover that defensive side? Because we know that on defensive side, that's the hardest part to create. Offensive part, I think a lot of teams have firepower, but how can your defense hold up to give you guys that semifinal final edge now that the new
I think we recovered by getting we got Code Brown from Pineapple, and I think that's how we covered on the defensive side. We had a good defense with Cosmo, but the only player on there who won Defensive Player of the Year was Ayo, and he's a Barcelona player. So I don't think we had much of a loss moving away from that, and I think we'll be fine with our new defensive signings.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then for Buki, what is the key for Boracek's success in season 3?
Come together, because last season we were all over the place. We weren't really we got too ahead of ourselves. We all got stuck on individual awards, and then we made the final for that Wednesday league with the Northwestern. So we tooted our own horn way too much, and then fell flat when it really mattered. So hopefully just keep together the whole season.
Now, Buki, now with some of your players departing to another team, you guys brought in some key pieces. You got a championship pedigree with Hammer. You got a solid defensive with Dave. What are those chances gonna give you guys as a team? Did you guys? I see that you guys changed the formation. You guys went from a false nine to a two-man striker. How does that help you guys out and balances you guys out as a team?
So far it's worked well. I mean, I think we have really good chances. I'm not gonna try to repeat what we've heard on past Community G episodes, but if we're all on the same page, I don't think anybody can stop us. Those players that left, good luck to them. We're gonna whoop that ass when we play them. We're ready for anybody this year. It's championship or bust for Boracek this year.
And then for your player in a personal level, what do you have to do to pretty much regain that form that you had that first season?
I mean, I think I got it already, man. I got that slap in the face. Only scored 6 goals compared to 33 the year before. I got humbled.
It was the sophomore hangover.
I'm ready to go out there, show that
Too
it
many
wasn't a
boat
one-year
trips.
wonder.
Too many boat trips, bro. Too many boat trips.
Boats and hoes.
And then for Barcelona, how do you guys feel coming into season 3?
I think we feel a little more confident that we could say with each team in the league. We feel pretty much that we can beat anybody in the league, including ourselves. But as long as we just be a little bit more focused, consistent with practice, we're feeling like we could rise from the bottom.
So here's my follow-up question. So you had a Golden Boot candidate last season, right? And you guys were last place, and he was still rocking up numbers. How or what have you guys done to help him not only get into that boot race again, but secure those wins that he's giving you guys goals, but how can you guys secure those wins for him?
We're putting people in positions where they can build themselves up and get more experience and just have more solidified roles in the back and going with more concepts of what we want to be as a defense rather than just rolling it out there and playing casual. So yeah, I think we're just going to try to take our defensive responsibilities a little bit more seriously and let him do what he does up top.
And then for De La Guerra, what is your guys' goal for season 3?
Uh, Definitely get more wins than we did last season. I think we were like second to last or third to last season, but we got that new training facility, we got that new stadium, so mindset is at 100 right now. Been getting in a lot of practice. I think we're gonna be fine.
So obviously this is your second season.
Yeah.
So touching back on your first season, did you think that it was going to be as competitive as it was? And and I've seen that also. You guys, we've had some practice against each other, and you guys look like a whole different team. So kudos to you guys for putting in that work. Now, how is that going to transition to the league now once we find out how you really play?
Well, I think you said it. Just having enough time together. I think last season it just kind of all came together real quick for us, and we just didn't get enough time together. And I think this year's going to be a little different, hopefully.
And then going into Beer Belly Boys, we know that you guys had a high power offense. You guys had a player that won the Golden Boot. Besides him scoring, what's the key for Beer Bellies to be successful in the league?
I would say it's mostly our midfield. We have a pretty solid midfield. We have Dambino, who pretty much controls everything as far as the cam, and then we have a pretty solid defense as well. As far as the league goes, I don't see why we don't dominate every game. Last season was our first season, and I think we really we came out strong, and we kind of just shocked. I think the league in general. So I don't think this season will be any different, and I just think we're in it to dominate every game.
I think you said that perfectly. That you guys came in, and a lot of teams didn't really know you guys, and you guys came in, you guys shocked us and kind of smacked up the league in the mouth. Um, but everybody knows that this is a copycat kind of league. We'll find out how you play, how you do, and what adjustments are you ready to throw that the other teams don't know, because people are gonna adjust to the way you play and really counter your style. So most teams usually have two styles, three, if you know what I mean. So what changes are you planning to throw at Liga G that they don't know yet?
Uh, as far
Without
as
exposing so much.
for the most part, we're gonna stick to the roots that we know. Um, I think as a team, we have a really good chemistry. And there's a bunch of, I'd say more than half my team is family based, and we brought on a couple players, and this season we brought on one new player. So I think we're just really gonna stick to the roots that we have been playing, because obviously it's been working for us. But we're in it to win every game. We're gonna press everybody high, and we're gonna score a lot of goals like we did last season.
Okay, now for Albi, with pretty much Cosmos splitting up, do you guys feel like now you guys are the team to beat in Liga G?
Well, considering everybody keeps on tagging all over our billboards, maybe. Um, no, I mean, I find that with every season that passes, the teams can change pretty drastically in the way that they play, and even as the season goes on, who might be like a rookie at the beginning of the season ends up being one of the best players for one of their teams by the end of it, depending on how they pick up playing with people. Pro clubs it's like its own thing, right? Because a lot of the people who come in, they've been playing FIFA for a long time, but like just on regular seasons. But for our squad in particular, we got a fucking studded star lineup right now. I feel a ton of dudes that put in a lot of work. I think there's a couple of teams out there that are a little bit on the unknowns for us in how they play, but for other teams, we expect a certain style of play from those teams. So it's more about managing how we play against them. But I think people are going to be seeing a different pineapples this season because essentially, the front attack has sort of shifted and dispersed into other teams too. So we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty confident that we're gonna put in some pretty good performances, though.
So how does the change from the players that stayed with Pineapples, right? Pineapples season, the last few seasons been a run and gun team that we felt a lot of teams felt that they run a gun team. Now you're bringing in a little trio. Now it seems like you guys are more of a possession team. How is that transition from you guys that are used to running and gunning now to create space, hold possession, and try to dominate the other team rather than run and gun?
I mean, definitely there's been a big philosophical change in the way we play, but I want to say that the core of the entire team is still there. So we still have a lot of that just pure attack play. Um, I think we're all still sort of getting used to each other still, because even as much as we play or whatever, I think when you play teams that are like full squads or full 11s, it's way different than like just picking up some like games against like two dudes on, your season divisions. So um, I know like the first couple of games of the seasons for everybody's just going to be feeling each other out in terms of how we all play. A lot of people picked up people, let people go, but more than anything, since a lot of the Cosmo squad is like dispersed into a bunch of different teams, I think things are going to change all around the league.
And then for Tony, being that Galactic Empire just gonna be the first season, what do you expect out of your team this season?
Um, Honestly, dude, I'm not gonna say we're gonna win the championship or whatever, but I can guarantee that we're gonna be in the top four. That's for sure. You know, and I kind of have a sense who the top other three play teams are gonna be too. Straight up.
You
All
know
right,
what?
so
That's
here's I was
Go
gonna
ahead,
say,
Manny.
so obviously, you feel that, and I think a lot of us, when we join the season, the first season comes around, we feel that way, but then we get a real reality check that what's gonna happen.
Well,
Now you guys, you have some veterans that from Liga G. You have Jeff, you have Vitamin, you have Swasso. Um, you guys broke off of Baracheks for whatever reason. There's a good little rivalry going on there. Um,
we just had a dude. I mean, story about that is, dude. Fucking, we wanted something new, man. We wanted something new, and Jeff, aka Caruso, he hits me up. He hits me up. It's like, hey, dude, we're starting something new, bro. Hit me in Vitamin, and we want to bring you along.
Did
And I'm
Jeff
like,
did Jeff have that meeting in GTA? Because that's where he usually has his meeting at the club.
nah, dude, I don't play GTA. But yeah, dude, he hits me up, and then he tells me like the insights, like who he's trying to pick up, and who's might jump ship, from Borrachos to the new team that we have, Galactic Empire now. And so I was intrigued, man. I didn't give him an answer, but things with Borrachos, I mean, I wasn't feeling them anymore, dude. I just wanted change, dude. I wanted something else. I wanted to win, you know. But
Hey, you wanted to doesn't mean you have yet.
I know.
You have to
No,
prove it. You
you're
have
right.
to prove it first,
You
because
are.
after that, it doesn't
You are
matter.
right,
What
sir.
if they win it? What if they win it first?
You are right, sir. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have been on that side of going to Barcelona for loan, and then joining Galactico. So you know what I mean. For the most part, I understand that side, but I do appreciate that teams are breaking off and building new teams. That's what I do. I do enjoy, because the community just grows a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a newbie either, dude. I mean, I've been with Borracho since season one, so I was a CDM, and I mean,
Well, yeah, you placed me, right?
yeah, I pretty much replaced you. But I mean, it was cool, dude. Like, I love playing with Borrachos, dude, and I think Borrachos has potential. They're just like a fucking
Can I ask you a question from the chat that I
oh,
think Brian had it? He's like, who came up
Brian.
with the name, and how does it feel to be Borachek's 2.0? I think
Uh,
that I'm paraphrasing it, but you know what I mean. That I want to respect the chat's questions.
well, I mean, Jeff Caruso already had the vision in mind. I'm like, dude, let's run with it, bro.
It's a headband, huh?
Whatever it is, dude. I'm like,
Uh,
let's fucking. I mean, I already knew how to play with them because I know what he's capable of playing with him in Borrachos. When he left Borracho, personally, I was like, dude, that's somebody that we kind of need in this freaking team. So I kind of felt like I lost in the top. No offense to Wookie.
Hey, Bookie's my prodigy, so I gotta defend him.
Hey, nah, but dude, Bookie's right though. Hey, Borrachos can fucking do it. If they get their shit together, I don't see
You know
why they
what?
can't be top four.
You know what? Fucking Eddie just insulted me in the fucking chat room. Fuck that shit, man.
All
Go ahead,
right.
Dude.
Kevin.
And then for Walnut, what does Walnut have to do to make the playoffs for season 3?
I think it's just being more consistent. I mean, it's no secret. Everybody knows we love playing down the sidelines and just love playing a lot of those dangerous passes, right? High risk, high reward. Definitely working at maybe playing a little bit less of that, making a little bit the safer or the right pass, the more logical pass for our team. Using the middle a lot more because we definitely didn't utilize our midfielders that much. It almost seemed like we would bypass them from our defenders over to our strikers, and we're just trying to score, right? So, season one, just a bunch of guys, most of us first time playing pro clubs, just trying to figure it out. Ended up bottom of the table. Season two, the goal was make the playoffs and then see what happens. And what happened was is we got to play for the championship. We lost, but now we know what it takes to get there. So season three, we're coming for it all.
You know what? After seeing you guys grow from season 1 to season 2, and you guys make it to the championship, I was very like, wow, surprised with the whole team. But what was more surprising was the game 2 of the championship. I think once you guys got scored on, like 2 goals, you guys just let loose and just started playing. And I think that's key for you guys to just play because you guys have talent. You guys do, like most team does. But I think when you guys overthink things, you might lose to the team that is not thinking as much. They stick to their game plan. Is that something that I'm hitting right on the nail, or I'm thinking out of my head?
Oh no, right in the nail, man. Many times is, well, for instance, first game of season two, I think we were down like 3-0 or 3-1 at halftime, and the talk at halftime was, you know what, screw the game plan, just have fun, just play, the Walnut way, and we came back, won 5-3, right? And that happened so many times. It's where I think we try to stick to a game plan and we get too tense, and we're trying to do the right thing instead of just playing. And we play almost every night, right? There'll be anywhere from 2 to 10 guys on any given night. So, and we just go out there, and the whole thing is just have fun. We just go out there and have fun with each other, win or lose, no matter what the result is. So I think as long as we don't get away from that, we should be good.
Hey, just have fun with each other during PlayStation time, please. Nothing at the tailgate.
Yeah.
And then for Galacticos, what is the goal for Galacticos for this upcoming season?
I mean, obviously, in my personal opinion, is to win the entire thing. Coming into last season, I was kind of a late addition. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. The team was already very balanced from the back moving forward into the midfields. It lacked attacking presence, which is why I was brought onto the team. And just in the preseason alone, I feel like, if everything's going smoothly from the back to the middle, as everybody says, you can't beat us. As far as going forward, though, I think it was Tony that had mentioned top 4. I want us to be top 4, but I want to see us in that final.
Right. Touching on what you said right there, I think Galacticos last season was a very competitive team, and I think they lacked of putting the ball in the back of the net, and then I think that's why you were brought in, and you showed in our decision day that you could put the ball back in the net. Now with teams obviously learning who you are and what you're bringing to the Galactico team, are you confident enough that you are going to be able to put those numbers to push that team to that top 4th place team? Because in our opinion, we had the second best defensive team out of playoffs. So if you can put that with a heavy striker, you should see a playoff team. You feel confident enough that you're going to be able to carry that load.
100%. Offensively, I mean, man, you see week in, week out what myself as an individual can do. Obviously, the other teams will see it every weekend and week out. teams will probably over prepare for it. And that's why I have my counterpart in Carlos, who, I've been playing clubs with him for almost 10 years now. Whenever it was first released, me and him have been playing for 10 years. Stop me, cool. Try to stop Carlos. Can't stop Carlos. Go ahead, stop Carlos. Go to Anthony. It's a whole team game, and I'm very confident in our attack. And as far as our midfield goes, like Pep Guardiola, take the ball, pass the ball, take the ball, pass the ball. That's what we're trying to, construct for us, and it seems like it's working. And we'll see come Sunday.
Yeah.
And
And a
then
personal note, I wish we would get to the final. Fuck it.
We're getting to the final, man.
Alex says that Galacticos is going to be the first to 5. So now I think this is going to be the most serious question in community history. What's your opinion about your CDM and your center back?
I mean, to be honest, I think Manny had touched base and said our defense is, in our opinion, the second best in the league. In my opinion, Kevin, if we find you a counterpart or, get to your counterpart up to speed on everything, you're the best center back in the league. There's no doubt about that. As far as Manny goes, Manny is I like to consider him like a pit bull. Dude's all over the field. You can go up and attack. Someone covers him down. As soon as the ball gets switched up, he's on somebody's tail chasing them back. He can stop anyone. So our CDMs and our center backs are solid. Up front, solid. There's no excuses for us to not make playoffs. If we don't, then it's going to be a disappointment in my opinion.
And then
Obviously,
go ahead, Manny.
I was gonna say, Brun, since you have a center back that you brought in, then it actually pushed you to the left back,
Sir.
and you know what I mean. Center backs are hard to find, and then after that, we'll talk with Rhino, going based on they have Mayo, that's I consider another good CDM. So let's go with Brun first. Like, how do you feel that your center backs is gonna show up to these top strikers like Gilbert, like like Cupido, like Jeff? How do you feel that your center back is gonna match up to them, because they're high strikers, they're high scoring strikers?
Well, out of the people that I brought into the league, which were 4, 2 were CDMs and the other was center back. And I think these guys, I've played with these guys, I played with them in other leagues, and I think these guys will match up perfectly. They'll have no issues stopping people. I've seen them play against higher quality of opponents. I just think these guys are going to come in and just play how I've always seen them play, and we're just going to get rolling from the back to the front.
Gilbert, what do you think about the CDM role with Mayo? You know what I mean? I don't know your exact formation, but I know he plays CDM or he plays center midfielder. How do you feel going in? He is a 2-time champion. He looks like Michael Bradley. What do you think?
I think he'll be a pretty good CDM for this upcoming season. I agree that he does look like Michael Bradley, but we have a few different formations, so we're not sure if he'll always be playing CDM, but he will be in a defensive midfielder role.
Do you think he'll be the top defensive midfielder or top 3?
I think he can easily be top 3. It just depends on if we play him in that position or not, just because we have a few options in that place.
And then Buki, how do you feel that your defense matches up with the rest of the league?
With the new addition of Conejo, Dave, Germs, I think we definitely upgraded. I think we're gonna be better this season. Hopefully it works out, but I'm gonna say we're gonna have the best CDM this season in Fluff. So let's watch out for him.
So I gotta give it up to Fluff. Big shout out to Fluff. He's a great friend of mine. And then like I said, you brought in some defensive help, right? With the departure of some players. Willis to me is one of the top 5 defenders in the league. But can he rally a whole new center back, a whole line to help him out? Can he do that in this season? Because you need a partner to rally with you.
I mean, we haven't seen much of Bruce this offseason, with the holidays taking up a lot of his time. But I think once they run together a little more frequently, that it'll gel real nicely.
Okay, yeah, because you obviously with Dave coming in, Brian comes out of the center back role, losing Spenny when you guys used to run a 3-5-2.
Oh, that's an upgrade. Losing Spenny is an upgrade. I don't care what anybody says.
All right.
Dude. Hey man, hey,
I could
you're
I
trashing
could
our
have went
treasure,
back.
bro.
I could have went back to play defense and I'd be better than Spenny. Let's just put it that way. Manny knows how to play defense.
Spain Bailey right now, he's gonna start tweeting at us, bro.
Tag me.
Right,
Allegraph21. Tag me on Twitter, fool.
before we go to Tony, hey, Antonio, I know the center back roles have been Judy and Booty. You guys brought in some new guys from free agency. Yank has played center back in a couple of things. How do you guys think that your defense is gonna set up to these high power strikers?
Well, I don't want to give specifics, but you could, if you've been playing just some friendlies, you kind of see we roll out different people at different spots. But I think what we're trying to do is just get people in consistent roles, doing consistent things, and hopefully that gives us some positive results.
How do you guys feel that you guys are the only team right now with a live keeper? So big shout out to Ilan Savage. He's out there diving and doing everything with us. I think last season he stopped like 22 shots. Man, I was mad at him. But
Yeah,
so big shout out. He's the lone survivor of goalies.
I mean, it's supposed to be 11v11, right? And so you just got to hold up that, tradition of things going on. And, he does his job well. He shows up.
So you're saying you're the only 11-man roster team, right? That's what you're saying?
I believe so, yeah. He's the goalkeeper, so he's got to be.
All right.
And then for Richard, besides your own team, who do you think is the team to beat in Liga G?
Right now, I would say I would say probably Rhino. I think is probably gonna come up and shock a lot of the teams. They have some pretty good players, especially with Gio. I know I played against him in the Riot Squadcast League a couple times, so he's a really good player. But that's who I think is really gonna come up and shock a lot of the other teams too.
I'm actually in practice right now. We're going strong.
So I have a question. So you said, Rhino, obviously we know they're attacking power. We know that. I think the only thing that's pretty much new to them is their wingers and their back line. You don't think that that's a weakness for them that can be exposed?
I think it can, but I think at the same time it's going to be difficult to stop the attack. So if they can score more goals, they're going to win, But it's just I think they'll get it together. But that's probably one of the teams that I think we may struggle against.
You want to give your defense a chance? Or what? You don't
No,
believe in them?
No, absolutely. I believe in our defense. I was just saying, if I had to come down to one team, it'd be that. But other than that, I mean, last year when we played, or last season when we played, we really didn't have too many goals against. I think we had the best goal differential as well, if not the second best. So I don't think defensively, really, we're going to struggle too much. And offensively, we're not going to struggle at all. But if it was a team that I'd be a little worried about, it would be them.
And then same question for Brand. Who do you feel is the team to beat for season 3 besides your own team?
We can't beat your own team.
No, the team to
if
beat.
If they're doing that, fuck.
No, because
they're in that place.
If they ask me like, who's that team to beat? Who's the best team in this league? We're all gonna say it's our own team.
Yeah, it's my team. Yeah.
Yeah. Besides your own team, who's that? The pretty much the best team in the league.
I mean, I've played a couple teams. I've done a couple friendlies. I think, out of my opinion, the one that has gave us the most struggles, toot the horn or not, it's G Empire. They gave us struggles. I think they'll be the one to beat just because of the name they created for themselves, and it'll be fun games against them.
And then, Albie, have you seen the competition grow? Like now that we're in season 3, there's 11 teams. Has the competition gotten tougher?
Yeah, absolutely. Season 1, I think a lot of people were just barely getting used to the concept. Pineapples came out really strong in season 1 because a lot of the like half of the team had been playing with each other for like 4 years, so they had chemistry. As season 1 was like, I don't know, like 10 weeks, 11 weeks, 12 weeks, I forget. It was long. And by the end of it, a lot of people got used to playing to the point where chemistry actually made a big difference for a lot of teams that were like sort of borderline, like okay, to get them like really good. And then the second season, it seemed like a lot of people, like the switch turned on for a lot of teams. I want to say the biggest like the biggest example of that is probably Walnut Park, where they struggled the first season. Second season, they came out flying. A lot of people didn't have answers for them. I guess maybe partly was because they weren't expecting it at first, but then when they were expecting it, they still didn't have answers. Whereas like coming into season 3, it's going to be interesting because it seems like a lot of the talented people have like Manny was saying earlier, just like sort of dispersed into a bunch of different teams where there's some, it's not like a parody like MLS where like that the league was trying to do that, but that kind of ended up happening, which will make for a lot of interesting scenarios. It'll be interesting to see who holds on to a winning record by the end of it. I think it's gonna, getting into the playoffs this season is going to be a lot harder than even last season. And I think once the playoffs start, the format that we have for the playoffs this season will actually show who's really good too, because you're going to have to be consistent to get through all the different stages. So to all the teams, I think consistency along with talent is the key. I'm looking forward to it. I'm up for it. I want to 2-foot as many of the old piñas that I see around in the rest of the league, and then
they're in the chat, bro. Tell them. They're in the chat. Tell them.
Venado, I'm coming for you.
So I have a question here, Tony. I know we played a few friendlies here and there. How is it now that you guys are a good team, you guys are a balanced team, but obviously coming into season now you have to play with a full 10, 11, as much players as you can. How is that going to transition with your? Because all of you guys are offensive players, right? You guys recruited defensive players, or you guys are developing your defensive players?
No, well, dude, I mean, trip out. Fucking when Jeff hit me up to join the team, he's like, I was like, first of all, what position do you want me in? And he's like, Cam. I'm like, fucking sold, So I came, and then I'm like, wait,
you can't sell out that easy, bro. You go from defense to offense.
No. I was center defensive mid. I was center defensive mid for Borrachos, And then he hit me up. He's like, dude, like play Cam for us. I'm like, fucking down. So I joined, and then we started trying to recruit people. And I'm like, dude, I don't trust anybody in the back, dude. Like, I think I'm pretty solid. So I just fucking jumped to the back. And then Vitamin, he hit up 2 of his friends, which is Jojo and Saul. Yeah, Saul, man. And dude, I think honestly, me and Saul are gonna be one of the best center back duos in the league.
So you're playing center back. So wait a minute. So you're playing CDM from Borrachos. You got sold to go play Cam at Galactic Empire, and then you end up at center back. What kind of bullshit is that? Wait, hold on. And where's Jeff at the whole time? At forward?
Yeah, Jeff he could be anything I want him to play, dude. Honestly. Like, dude, like I'm not saying I'm the captain or anything, dude, but I play the any most of the times, most if not all the times, and it just pretty much whatever we need for the team, that's what we're gonna play. I mean, if I'm fucking sucking at defense in the pre's, like I'll be like, yo, Vitamin, fucking do defense for me because I can't fucking do it. And
Jeff can do.
I know he could cover me, and I know I could do what he could do on top.
Jeff can do whatever the hell he want, but he can't take my girl Rihanna.
No, but yeah, dude, it's I think we're pretty solid, dude. The back is pretty solid, man, and especially with our center defensive mid that we have right now, which is Legends. Like, dude, I think we're golden, bro. Those 3 right there, we're golden.
And then for Cupido, I know you started late last season, but so far, is there a team that you enjoy playing against?
Enjoy as far as their good games. I mean, G Empire, and I think we played once against Rhino. 90% of the teams cross in this league. It's really difficult to see what other players can do other than run down the sideline and cross. G Empire is one of those teams that can do both. Rhino, I feel like, can do the same, whereas, they have people like Geo and their forwards that can skill. But, as far as fun, it's never fun to play against people that cross. So, I rely on you and our other center backs and Manny to shut that shit down.
So I have a question now. Shit. So all that shit went down on drama. Are you gonna do better stats than Gio or not? Say it right now.
I mean, you call it drama. I call it friendly banter. Literally, like an hour
Hey.
later, me and Gio were playing clubs together.
I'll fight Gio in the stands. Not playing. I'm playing. I'm just playing.
I mean, honestly, you take it as it is, though, right? I'm.
No. I'm just talking about friendly banter. Friendly banter going.
No. Friendly banter. All jokes aside,
because at the end of the day, we're all G's, and this is the whole point for being a community. But you're my teammate, so I want you to win. So if you don't come into like, oh, that's my friend, nah, bro, you jump in that virtual pitch. If I was able to throw elbows with my player, I would, but I can't.
No, all jokes aside, I mean, obviously I want to win regardless. And, Gio, me and him have our friendly banter on Twitter. Obviously it escalated when it didn't need to, but I still stand by what I say. You guys, there's a lot of people that talk about stats and everything. And, I've posted my stats. I've been on the top teams in North America and this and that, the other thing, and it'll translate. I might not be a Golden Boot winner. I might not be, the most assists, but my name's going to be in the top 3. And
we just need you to be the Chicha, baby. He said he just wants trophy. He doesn't
Chicha
want
from like 5 years ago, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be Chicha now, bro. I'm not trying to just sit at home on my ass and stream, all right?
No, he's working out, bro. He's working out. Get out there.
I mean, look.
Vegetables.
Yeah, but like I mentioned to you guys, I've been out of, keeping up with the Galaxy. Luckily, like this league has brought me back into like being more involved, and which I love. I've always loved the Galaxy. I just, just been paying attention elsewhere. But if he's working out and can provide for the team, then by all means, I mean, he wears my favorite number, which is 14. So,
all right.
All right.
So I have a question for Angelino. So, we've seen Pupusero coming in, leaving. Is he staying or is he gonna? He started this team. He can't leave that team. He was looking at free agency. What's going on?
Yeah, well, first of all, he's a little drama queen. That's all I want to say first. But he's definitely gonna watch this. But no, the off season was definitely a little rocky. I mean, like when you brought up the decision day, right? With conceding 6 goals against Galacticos and just everything just going downhill. We're just like, do we even want to play this anymore? But luckily we recruited some new guys who, some G's fans, not just neutrals, right? G's fans, who have an interest in playing with the league and playing with other G's fans. And they kind of brought the spirit back to Angelinos. So Pupusero just wanted to be a little dramatic. He was posting things on Twitter like he wanted to leave. He is a top talent in the league, but he knows he's an original owner and knows that his home is Angelinos. So
it's almost like he wanted to leave, but then somebody told him like, "Hey, no, you can't leave. Your credit card's still here, bro. You can't. Everybody's gonna charge you." He's like, "Oh, damn it, I gotta stay." Yeah, I think he has talent. Honestly, I think he has talent. And I've been through those that, hey, fuck those down games that you just want to fucking quit because there's no coming up. But the thing is, it's the grind. I think that's the best of it. It's actually the grind of going up and down with the emotions of the team that built it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not easy. It's something you got to stick through. A lot of guys have different like feelings of being like super competitive, and other guys just want to join for fun. And so striking that right balance of having fun but being competitive is really hard to get when you have a bunch of guys who have different mentalities. But I'm pretty confident we found that during the off season. It's like a relationship, up and downs, and just got to keep going and not cheat. Yeah.
And then we're gonna go ahead and transition a little bit and go over the season 3 awards. So the Liga G champion gets the trophy. Most valuable player gets a signed team jersey. And Golden Boot gets shirts, pin, and stickers from Cali Classics. Defensive Player of the Year gets JLab audio earbuds. Those are gonna be given by the Godfather. Goal of the Year is new FC gift card, and then that Media Graphics Award is Common Corners Liga G. Let's start off with that Media Graphics Award. Albie, do you think that the competition is gonna get tougher for that award? Because I know this week there was a lot of people putting out great stuff.
I'll just say that I was pretty impressed by the amount of stuff that I saw over the past week. For a while there, I thought I was just posting by myself. And then when people started tagging on my posts, I started liking that a lot more. I'm hoping it keeps getting better and everybody keeps on doing some cool shit because there's been some pretty funny stuff. I don't know if you do the editor, but that bench.
Now, while saying that, you have now the La Guerra last season didn't really doing much editing. Now, all of a sudden, it comes in with a bobblehead, season card. Their barracks is next to the playa. You know what I mean? What made you guys? Obviously, Albia has won in the last 2 seasons. Now I feel there's more competition for that beer. Like, you know what I mean? Is that what it is? Is the beer, or is it like, hey, this is awesome, or this is something you like to do?
Honestly, it just came out of having more time. I'm not the one who does it. Our forward, Chila Flies, he does it. He's at his computer. He's working from home now, so he just has more time to do stuff. So he just kind of sends me stuff, and I just laugh about it. And the rollout's been pretty fun. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, like I like that people are doing that out of their want, out of their free time. Because I trust me, they tell me like, "What are you doing?" I'm editing stuff. Like for what? For Liga G. And what's that
trust
for?
me,
For nothing. Like we're just doing it for fun.
I show it to my girlfriend, and she just laughs at me like, "Wow, really?"
This is where it comes to. That's what she told me. This is where it comes to. You editing stuff for a video game.
This is what you do with your free time. Like, wow, okay.
Obviously, Wano Park obviously went at it at first towards Pineapple. Start taking over their territory. You know what? You guys are trying to claim our territory. Our stadium's at LA Live. I don't know where you guys are at, but you're at Dodger Stadium. You're at the Wano Way. Ours is at LA Live. It's starting up some fights. To let you guys know.
Too close to each other.
What made you guys go after Pineapple on their edit?
For me, it's always been, you know what? We're not Albie's level, so we're not gonna get. We don't have and I think season 1 it was we don't have the big money, the big Barcelona money, right? So for season 3, it's still kind of like we're growing. We got a little more cash, but we still don't got that money to pay for that big billboard. But we can get at that bench. So we went after that bench, and then Albie went and re-edited that and took our bench away. We got that credit back for that bench. Now we know why.
That's what's up. And also, Beer Belly, you made a comment saying that these edits are going better than what you thought. Like you as coming in, like all these editing that I know we share this or these videos, we do a little banter towards each other. How do you feel? Like, hey, how can I compete against these guys?
Initially, it was kind of just going after Pineapple and Walnut because I would see them post a lot, and I'd even left some comments on their posts, and then now it's like you see everybody throwing in their own stuff now, and I'm just at first I was like, all right, it's only 2 other people I'm gonna have to worry about editing with, but now it's like every team is doing something. It seems like every day now. But I definitely like it a lot more. It makes me laugh when I'm looking at the Twitter and all that. So it's something that I really enjoy seeing as well.
And then
Also, another thing I've seen that your guys' switch in the preseason is like you guys went even more on Twitch than before. So this season, a lot of people will be surprised of the new stuff that you guys are gonna stream. How do you guys feel about that? Let's see. Let's walk with Buki. I know Rudy's doing some stuff. How is that?
Yeah, it's coming out cool. Shout out to Rudy, putting in work um behind the scenes. Also shout out to Eddie. Well, take that back. Going to Pineapple's billboard thing. Shout out to Chola. You know, she went up there. Yeah, my bad. She went up there with some of our fans and claimed territory out over there
Damn.
where Pineapple put up those posters. Speaking of Chola, she wanted a shout out. Watch out for her. I'm calling it right now. Chola for MVP season 3. But yeah, shout out to Rudy. Shout out to Rudy and Eddie also putting in work for the graphics. I think we have a chance. Well, they have a chance at winning it.
Talking about MVP, Bran, our early candidate for MVP. Who do you think would be an early candidate to be MVP of season 3?
I'm going with my striker, Jack.
Okay, give me your player and give me 2 more that are not your team.
Okay, my player, Jack, amazing striker. Played a couple games last season in Cosmo. I think he played like 1 or 2, had a brace and I think 2 assists as well. Went crazy. From there on out, I think Gio's gonna push for it hard this season. I think Gio will be in contention. And then another player. It's a tough one, but I would have to go with Scott. I think he deserves one sooner or later. Maybe not, doesn't show on the stats, but I feel like he's definitely a crucial part of Pineapple. So it'd be my Jack, and then it would be Gio and Scott.
Antonio, same question. If you have to give me 3 MVP candidates, 1 being your team and 2 not being in your team.
I think we got to go with Aaron up top with the obvious MVP choice. We think he's going to pull off that combo, MVP and Golden Boot. I'd have to agree with Brun. I think I rate though Beacon Gamer a little higher. It's no coincidence he's the best player on each team he's been on, and I think he's gonna put Pineapple probably towards the top of this league. And the third possible MVPs could be a wild card, but yeah, I'm also gonna have to go with Gio too. He's just he's putting himself out there more to be the star.
I hope actually this season we have some center backs and some defensive midfield as MVP because you guys don't know what kind of shit we go through every goddamn game trying to hold on these damn strikers for 1 or 2 goals because we make 1 mistake, it's over. You guys can make fucking 5 mistakes. Don't worry about it. Good job. Next time.
There's a difference, man. That's why I think my team plays good, man, because I hold everybody accountable, bro. I talk shit to everybody that fucks up in my team.
I mean, you can talk shit, but
like if
you let 1 goal in, and it's the game. They miss 1 chance, they're probably gonna have 30 more.
Yeah, no, dude.
Like, this calls for a defensive player of the year and an offensive player of the year.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, defenses need that.
Well, that's why you have the offense is the Golden Boot.
You got the Golden Boot and defensive player of the year.
Defense, bro. Defense wins championships. Come on.
Well, we do have a defensive player of the year award, but I'm saying about the MVP award.
I mean, I'll give it to Kevin. Kevin's already.
I'll give it to Kevin. I think Kevin's transition to a center back. He's a rock back there. If he has somebody that can help him out with, and I think me moving in from center back to mid CDM helped him out because I was fucking shit up. And now with Leo, we partner him up. Hopefully, we can shut you motherfuckers down. Shit, all you guys motherfuckers can score.
I just feel that FIFA hates me at times because I get called for the softest penalty sometimes. But
always tell you, dude, you breathe on somebody and it's a penalty.
No, it's because you're bald. He went for the Van Damme look or the De Jong. I'm like, hey, FIFA don't like that shit, bro. MLS don't like it. MLS don't like it.
To center back. Try to avoid circle and
people always want to blame the game, but they don't blame themselves at all. Gonna say that.
Damn.
But you know what? I agree with that because what's funny is
square that fool when you see him. Square him.
What's funny is that during the league, I've never been called for a PK. Never. And it's just in preseason, and I think that's when I'm kind of like slacking and okay, whatever. I mean, that's when I've gotten caught. But there's some that I'm like, I didn't even like tackle the guy. But now going into.
But before you do that, a show of hand. how many of you guys in your team? You can go around, Kevin. You go around through each team after I ask the question. How many of you guys have development players? We have three that are 16 and younger that we're developing them like to actually they're Galaxy fans and bringing them into the fan base within ourselves. How many teams have that? Kevin, you want to go through the team so then everybody can answer?
All right, we'll start with Pineapple.
No.
Galactic Empire.
Well, I mean, we started playing with Arturo, and I guess but he takes up a neutral spot according to the league, so we couldn't have him on. But I mean, if once honestly, I guess joins the community more and becomes a more part of it, I don't see why he wouldn't hop on.
Okay, and then Angelinos, do you guys have a developmental program?
On FIFA 20, we did. We had a couple of kids who were G's fans, and they would play practice at the StubHub Center. But since FIFA 21 came out, I guess their parents didn't buy them FIFA 21. So we lost our development right there. So no, not currently.
And then Barcelona.
I mean, yeah, we kind of have a developmental player, Vinny. He was on
Vinny.
a lot. Yeah.
He's only there for Jamie, so make sure that that's right.
He's there to learn life lessons. You got to teach the young, right? And so, yeah, he's been, practicing here, practicing there when he can, but he's got to hit the books. He's got to do his school, so he's focusing on that.
Yeah.
And then Walnut.
Maybe we haven't confirmed how old Blue and how old Jeff are, so that's still a mystery.
Well, it's been 3 seasons. You guys don't know his age? Does he have a deep or a creaky voice? That tells you everything.
Hey, if you ever in our party chats, Blue doesn't speak; he just types.
Really?
It's an interesting dynamic, but it works.
Be careful, because if he's underage and playing under lights out, and he's out there he might get in trouble.
Just typing.
And then Buki, what about Bora Checks? Do you guys have a developmental program?
Nah, I'm the youngest player on the team, so no. Everybody's past their prime on my squad.
Chola just said that they have academy on a U10 team. They have her little brother. So what is the truth?
Oh, you're right. Chola, you're right.
I played against him. He beat me 2-1. But I'm not gonna say
I hear. You know what? When he does hop on, when Chola has to go do something, he plays 1,000 times better than Chola. So I mean, maybe we should call him a party.
Check out his TikTok. I think he has some.
I'll second that, dude. As a former Borracho ex player.
Yeah. Chola's still for MVP though, so she doesn't kill me later.
And then Gilbert, what about you guys with Rhino 96?
We don't currently have any development players. I just want to call out that we're playing a friendly against Angelinos right now. We're winning 3-1. I scored 2 goals, and you guys don't have anything to worry about in the league.
Yeah.
Let's give
I'm gonna blame FIFA though. I'm gonna blame FIFA. Dominic should have blocked one of those goals there, so I'm blaming him
already.
Hey, was one of those goals a PK? Because these fuckers get all the time.
No PKs.
Nah, he was basically right in front of the goalie by himself. Actually, not me. Dominic almost tried to stand in front of him.
They only have one shot right now, and that one went in. That's all
who do they call the tap-in goal? The tap-in champion? Was that Gilbert or was that
yeah,
Gio?
that was me.
Gilbert's good with those taps.
There you go. So he's following his life legacy. The tap-in goal. That's all you need to do is tap it in, baby.
Hey man, the greats don't care how they go in, dude.
Oh, he's there again.
I just scored another one for one. That's a hat trick right there.
All right, so keep going, Kevin. Who else we got?
And then Senor Papa.
Brun. Goddamn. Brun. We have a development academy.
I do. No, I don't. We do not have a
18,
development academy. No.
All right.
That's
So
too toxic. Okay,
now we're up to DLG.
We don't. Last year we had a couple kids, but they're not on the team anymore. Both were my nephews. One of them is actually one of the players on G2, so he had to concentrate on training and stuff supposedly, but he got a girlfriend, so that's all that is.
That's it. He's lost.
Oh,
Payne Gilbert. Payne
Lost
Gilbert.
his girlfriend, bro. He lost. He's gone.
Okay, and now Beer Belly Boys.
We have, I want to say, 4 or 5 players that are like 16 that are on our team, like
But they're
16,
part of
17.
your first team. They play with you guys.
Yeah, they're part of
They
the first team. Yeah.
day in day out. Okay, and then for Galacticos, Manny, I'll let you take it away from here. How's the developmental team at Galacticos?
Yeah, I think with obviously with the addition of Cupid, we knocked out. We have Joseph, which is our left back, which is my nephew, and then fuck, I call him Crispy Ass, but that's not his name. But I call him Crispy Ass.
His name
That's
is Adam.
Put some
Kevin.
respect on him,
That's
please.
that's Kevin's also I guess brother-in-law or something like that, and he's like 12. And then we have Arce also that he's like 14, and then just bringing them along as G's. And you know what, they actually play, sometimes they play better than me. I ain't gonna lie, they score some nice goals that I'm never gonna score. So hopefully they're the future of Galacticos. And also to shout out that Liga G, if you are a free agent or you are a newbie or you want to get into pro club, there's the CT Pro Clubs Academy. You can join, and you can just join, jump in, and play with anybody there. It's free. There's a Discord. There's a team. Join, have fun. You're youngsters. If you guys want to build a team and take on these older guys, go ahead, do it.
Yeah, I think especially like for example the younger guys that we have in our team, and I think someone else mentioned with school and stuff, and them being younger, it does get a little hard. So I think that's good because like I told Crispy, Adam, I told him you can, or well, you told him you're the backup to the backup. So he knows he might not play right now, but maybe in the summer if someone leaves for next season, then he'll probably be able to take that spot. But now moving on, so we start on Sunday, week number 1. The first game, Walnut Park versus Barcelona. Walnut, how do you feel going into that matchup against Barcelona?
We feel good. We just got a brand new goal song sound, and we're hoping to play it as many times as we can. We only got one game on Sunday, so we want to make the best of it, give everybody a good show on Twitch.
You
For
guys are
Lar-
the season opener, right? You guys are the technically the first game on the list. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
and then for Barcelona, what do you guys have to do to pretty much get the 3 points for that game?
I think it all comes down to defense. If we play, the defense we need to play, which is, keeping the game within the game. If it's a 0-0 game, keep it a 0-0 game. If it's 1-0, keep it 1-0. And that's what we're going to focus on coming out. We're going to focus on the defense.
Rumors have it that Walnut sending out some Jameson to Bob. Do you think that he's gonna drink it before the game or not?
No, Bob's a professional. He drinks before the game.
Offside.
Then we have De La Guerra against Borrachex. De La Guerra, what do you expect that first game to be like, and what do you guys have to do to start the season with a win?
I think he stepped out. You might want to bring with the other team.
Well, we'll flip it, and then we'll flip it for Borrachex. Buki, what do you guys have to do to start the season with a positive result?
We gotta guard those corners better. We just played them in a friendly this week, just out of nowhere. Which, not to get off topic, but I want to talk about how Pineapple walked out of the friendly we got online, out of nowhere. But yeah, we played them and they killed us on a corner with one of their guys who's like 7 feet tall.
Yao
So
Ming
hopefully we
status,
take-
huh? You guys got him too?
Yeah, we had to. We double team it wasn't enough. We have to triple team them. But yeah, I think we take away the height. We should be fine.
Okay, and then another matchup we have Beer Belly Boys going against Galactic Empire. Beer Belly, what's the key to starting off the season with a positive result?
I think we just gotta play together, and just kind of work together as a team. I mean, we have Big Willie, who was last season's MVP and Golden Boot winner. Now we have Dambino, who, when we did the stat charts and everything, he was number two, right after Big Willie. So I think it's just definitely playing together as a team and just. I know we played Galactic Empire in a preseason friendly, and we had, I believe it was like 4 players trying out with us, and we took it all the way to penalties with them. But they're a good team. But as long as we play together and we do what we have been, I don't see why we don't win the first 2 games.
What about for Galactic Empire? What's the key to winning that game?
Um, as always, man, keep it simple, dude. Keep it simple. Keep it freaking simple. Go for the open man, and as long as our forwards take advantage of other opportunities, I don't see why we're not gonna win.
Angelinos against Senor Papa. For Angelinos, what's the key?
Uh, Key to the game is take it as a game, make the simple passes. I know Senor Papa looks good on paper. They have a lot of good neutrals in there. But if we keep our composure, we should do pretty well. So I expect a good result.
You guys are the only.
Go ahead.
No, I think no, we are too. I think you guys are the only team with 4Gs, huh?
Yeah, one of the few teams with full
Few
Gs.
teams. I think I'm not gonna say you're the only one. I think there's only a few teams in there.
There's a couple more, yeah.
This is like original Angelinos, all Galaxy fans versus Senor Papa with some neutrals, good on paper. Do you feel that you have to rep for the G's?
Yeah, I think we have to rep for the G's all the way. Especially some of our guys, they're G's fans, and it's some of the first time playing FIFA. So we've created a bond with them through FIFA. They've gotten better over time, and so I expect nothing from but the best with these guys.
Then for Senor Papa, how do you guys counter that?
I think I just need to get my star striker locked in. Struggles at times with being locked in, and I think if I get him locked in, and I think we'll be good. It's the only issue at the moment.
All right. So another matchup, the last one from that first group of games is Rhino 96 against Galacticos. For Rhinos, what's the key, Gilbert?
I think we're currently going strong. We just finished the friendly against Angelinos. We won 6-2. It wasn't too much of a hard game. They were doing what Cupid was talking about, kind of just going on the wing and trying to cross. They did get 2 shots on target and they scored both goals. But I think that the team is coming along strongly. We're getting some pretty good chemistry. And I think we just got to keep that up. We just got to play good together, find those spaces, and just fill them up.
Cupid, what's the key for Galacticos?
I mean, for us, obviously, we have a few things that we've been testing out that no other team has seen yet. So I feel like, obviously, I don't want to give too much away, but just be prepared because it's gonna be an interesting season. Rhino along with the stronger teams out there. We'll see what you guys can do against us. And you said you scored 6 against them in that game. We scored 7 in the last game we played against them, I believe. So, but
So we're just all shitting on Angelinos today, huh?
Who's counting? You know what I'm saying? No,
Angelinos, like historically, preseasons and the start of the seasons are pretty bad.
So I'm going back to Gilbert and Cupido. You know what I mean? This is obviously we haven't played quite a few preseasons like we have played other teams.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I think this is one of a big game that we're gonna match up. Obviously, this is the first time Cupido matches Gio. Kevin gets Gilbert. I get Bruce. I think it's a heavyweight matchup within the core of the center of the midfield, and I think that's the key of it. So I think overall everybody here is like like Gilbert. We know what we can do. I think it's the ones that we don't know are going to be the key for the team.
In my opinion, Manny, I believe this is a preview to the final.
Talking
Gilbert?
about the final, go ahead, Manny.
I was like, Gilbert, what do you think? Do you think since we already kind of know who we are, do you believe that it's the ones that we don't know how they're gonna show up
So
to
I
that
agree
game?
with you. There's a lot of newcomers to the league, and we don't know how some of the new teams and some of the new players are going to play with each other. I feel like there's a lot of people who already have chemistry, but they also have to get along with the new players on their own teams, and everyone just has to learn how to play together again as a team if they haven't played it before.
And
So
I think that takes the season toll, because a lot of people think even when they're joining the season, they think that oh, it's just a game, but they don't see the length of the season and the hard work that it takes, the growth, the ups and downs that you go as a team. Because like most people, like they get frustrated, like hey, I just want to fucking quit. But it's not like that. It is a whole season, a whole body of work. It's not just the first game, because after that one game, you have to lose that game. Whether you win or lose, you have to prepare for the next team, which probably plays a whole different way than you play. And if you win one game, you get smacked the other game. I think everybody here has the potential of smacking a team if they're not on their A game that game day. And I think a lot of newbies don't see that. They just think that oh, it's just gonna be just us, like what I mean, the way we play. No, you have to adjust to the next team. Would you agree with that?
yeah, it's kind of like I see it kind of like MLS. If you win a game by a lot, everyone has that cocky attitude, and if you go with that attitude into a new game, you'll probably lose just because you'll be way too confident and don't expect the other team to actually show up.
Then to start kind of wrapping it up, we did a little poll this morning about who would be the favorite to win the championship in season 3, and then the results were the following. The favorite with 25% of the votes was Barcelona. Second,
I didn't see this poll, so
Hey, how many times did
I
they
didn't see the
vote? How
poll
many times
either.
did they vote?
No,
so
no,
It's only
okay,
supposed
let's
to be
break it
one
down.
vote.
I had no idea there was a poll.
Okay, so
yeah,
let's break
same.
it
I didn't
down
know there was a poll
real
either.
quick. Okay, so there was a total of 32 results, and then 8 of those votes were for Barcelona. Second place with 6 votes was Swana Park, and then there was 3 teams tied for third place. There was Rhino with 4 votes, also 4 votes for Angelinos and Galacticos. And then from there, Beer Belly Boys had 2 votes. Borat Checks had a vote. G Empire, Galactic Empire had 2 votes as well. Pineapples had a vote. Yeah, so that was a really early poll. I think it's more of kind of who saw the poll and who voted. So I don't think it really responds to who is going to be a candidate to win. But I want to go around each of you, and let's do it this way. Let's say your team makes it to the final. Who do you think is the team you're facing in the final? Let's start off with Buki.
Good question. Good question.
Um, I'd want to run against Pineapple, or uh, realistically, I think it'd be either Beer Belly, Rhino, or Senor Papa. One of those 3 teams.
Good one.
Okay, and then let's same question for Richard. Who would your team be facing in the final?
I think it'd probably either be Rhino or Galacticos right now at the moment.
And then let's go for CD Angelinos.
I'd love to face Pineapple Brats just because we've got the little El Pandemico going from like season 1. So just like the sick edits and everything for like the final would be sick.
What about Barcelona? If Barcelona makes the final, as our poll predicts, who would you guys be facing in the final?
I mean, conventional logic says it's going to be Pineapple. That's going to be the consensus. But if fucking Barcelona is in the final, we're fucking playing G Empire. That's what's going to happen.
DJ Herbie Herb, what about you guys? If your team is in the final, who are you guys facing?
I hope we face Pineapple. That way, and we beat them. That way, Scott can stop messing around and come take that 15th roster spot from One Park for season 4.
Walnut Park. I'm sorry, Pineapples. Who would you guys be facing in the final?
That's a really good question. If I were basing it on the friendlies, I'd have to say, I don't know, maybe Boracheks, but they might Bora choke. But if I were basing it off of last season, probably Beer Belly. They had a strong squad and they came out killing it. And then I want to say if Walnut holds their own this season, I would probably put them at third.
What about for you, Tony? Who would you guys be facing in the final?
Well, I mean, I said would be top four, so there's only three other teams that I think could probably fit that statistic right there. And I would say Rhino, Papa, or Pineapple, dude.
Okay. What about Gilbert? Who would Rhino be facing in the final?
Just because I haven't seen too much of these new teams, I'm gonna go out based off last season, and I think it's gonna be Beer Belly. Just because last season I feel like they got really unlucky against Walnut. I saw them as one of the stronger teams, and when I was in Cosmo, I was actually pretty like nervous to face them in the final. I thought that they would probably be the one to dethrone us. But once I saw that Walnut beat them, I was relieved. I was like, we're gonna win the final. It's easy.
I blame it on FIFA. That was bad. But Walnut played a good game. Walnut definitely played a good game that game.
What about Brun? What about you? If Senor Papa makes the final, who are you guys facing?
I think I think Rhino gets off to a slow start, and they might bounce in as a fourth, which meaning we probably couldn't face them. So I think we either face in the final, see Galacticos sneaking in as a third, and then probably Beer Belly as a second. So I would love to see Galacticos in that final.
I think you're pretty much predicting you guys are winning first place in the season, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. What about for Galacticos, Cupido? Who do you see us facing in the final?
You know, it's really interesting listening to the other teams and how they feel. And I've heard, Galacticos thrown out there twice, for us as far as final from respectively Beer Belly and Brun, Obviously these teams are focused on what we did last year, but not going forward. Mind you, last day we scored, I believe, 10 goals on decision day.
We scored more goals on the last day than we had the whole
Yeah.
season.
So, with that being said, like I said in the past, just be ready. As far as, I'll respectfully, only because they mentioned us, I'll respectfully throw it back to Beer Belly and then Brun's team. Other teams, just be ready for not mentioning us. You'll see.
Manny.
Wait, hold on. Galacticos was a team last season?
They only scored 10 on the last day.
Yeah,
what happened the rest of
you
the
should have
season?
saw us on the last day, I mean,
Dude,
what happened the rest of the season?
I don't remember playing them,
You're
honestly.
muted, Manny.
You'll remember Cupido. Don't worry.
I don't know,
Sure.
man.
Hey,
I
we
remember
beat Cosmo.
Galacticos being one of the teams to beat Cosmos. So
And I did get some DMs that hopefully you guys don't make playoffs because we
Hey,
don't want to face you guys.
Do they have the championship at the end of the day?
I did have it. Look. No.
Mind you, again, you guys, there's been a lot of jokes about Galacticos as far as putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's how confident I am in just myself, Anthony, and Carlos alone. So just wait, guys, just wait.
No, respectfully, like if I think that if I have to beat a team in the final, it's gonna be Beer Brothers because that's the only team we didn't beat. Everybody else we beat, and I think with every other team we can square up. Just that team we just didn't beat the whole season. No matter what we did, that team had our numbers. Everybody else, I think, now they're new teams. They're new formations. So I had to give them their due because I haven't played them. But just Beer Belly, I think that's one team that I want to beat. They haven't beat us. They beat us so far every game. Number two, I will want to play Galactic Empire because I think the whole Star Wars thing will be awesome. Us versus them. It'll be like a whole damn match poster. I think it'll be pretty good. The good side versus the bad side. And then last but not least, but I'll probably want to play City Angelinos. I think they can have a bounce back Cinderella season. I like that.
I feel that I wouldn't be surprised if any of the 11 teams makes the final. I feel the competition's gotten tougher. Like for example, maybe on paper we're not the favorites, but I wouldn't be surprised if we sneak in, or any other team, to be honest with you. But if we say what team I would like to face, I think Beer Belly will be a good matchup. I feel we have a chip. Our defense has a chip on our shoulder. That's the only defense that the only team that destroyed our defense last year. That's the only team that scored more than 2 or 3 goals on us. So I think that would be a good challenge for us.
Agree.
Yeah, but all right, guys. So we're gonna start wrapping it up, and then just real quick, we'll go around each of you guys, and then your final thoughts and where people can find you on social media. So let's start off
And
with Brun.
also,
Oh, go ahead, Manny.
yeah, and also your final thoughts. One thing I want to touch is like, what has this league or this pandemic done for you? You know what I mean? Your final thoughts. If you guys could give that up, because big shout out to the sponsorship that's actually helping us with this league. That from started from season one to where it is going now to who knows where it goes.
And let's go ahead and start with Brun.
I want to give a huge shout out to Scott. Got me into clubs with Cosmo, and it's propelled a lot of my love for clubs and how much I love it. And other than that, final thoughts on the season. I think it'll be a good one. It'll be a fun one. You guys can find me at ACB_Brun121, and our matches are going to be live streamed on Twitch at Junior 90 LV.
Let's go ahead and go with Tony.
Hey, what's up? Well, yeah, dude. Quick shout out to Borrachos, dude, because they're the ones that brought me into this whole pro clubs thing. I was just one of the guys that would play rivals or whatever the other shit's called in FIFA. But yeah, and shout out to Borrachos for bringing me on. But if you want to find me, you can find me under Tony_Royale. That's my Twitter and that's my IG handle. I play for Galactic Empire, obviously, and if you want to find us on Twitch, it is G Empire TV, I believe. Yeah.
All right, Albie.
So, well, I don't know. Like in terms of saying thanks, like I think the whole community deserves like a shout out. It's really dope seeing a lot of guys come in and throw their I don't know, their 2 cents to everything. Social media, the teams, the sponsorships, and everything's really cool. I kind of want to just point out that I'm personally really looking forward to the whole GSPN aspect of the season. We're going to be having the Liga G account, the Twitch account doing some feature games, and I'll be running the board for that and having different podcasts even sort of host the calls for the games. And I want to continue doing that even through the playoffs. Hopefully it doesn't get so crazy where I'm sitting out a game or something because of it. But there's been a lot of work towards that and a lot of coordination from a lot of people. So, first check out follow the Liga G Twitch. It's at Liga_G96. And then obviously I think our Twitch is going to have a really good platform this season too. I'm looking forward to what we're going to bring, and you could follow us there at PBSC TV.
All right, great. What about Herbie Herb?
Yeah, first of all, just want to say, big shout out to Scott, Manny, and everybody that helped get this whole thing started for season one. As I know I speak for everybody at Walnut Park, pro clubs with your new friends now, and just let loose, escape from it all. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you for doing this, and because of that, when you noticed our sponsor, Burger King was great. Burger King, we had a lot of fun season 1, season 2, but for season 3, we wanted to do something closer to the G's community, and we actually reached out to Da Vinci Ice Cream for a partnership with them to throw them on our jerseys for season 3, and they love the idea and all that. So hopefully we could have all you guys, getting your own sponsorship like that, something to do with the G's community and just grow this thing.
That's awesome that you guys actually reached out to them, and their local ice cream shop and their G's, and that's what it's all about. And you know what I mean, creating friendships. There you go.
No, no, no. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I've been having issues and called my provider and said it's ongoing issues and they haven't fixed it. But Buki, where could they find you?
Mhm.
I think we lost him again.
Repeat it again, Kevin, because we lost you again.
Okay. I was saying, Buki, where could they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Allegraf, but as ALLEGRAF 21. And then a shout out to Manny for bringing me into the pro clubs from being that one fool that wouldn't say anything to anybody to now just trashing the Nag boys every day.
Yeah, I remember seeing you at the home opener, and you were pretty quiet. Now let's go with Barcelona.
So I think the one thing, what's going to bring out the season is competitiveness. I think there's not going to be any easy results across the league. Anyone can beat anyone. And I think the thing I got out the most of Liga G so far is just, 2020, took a lot of things from us, but 2020 is the year that, gave us Liga G. And so starting out with Cosmos, the originals, getting those Cosmos nights going, it definitely brought the community together. In a time where we couldn't be together. So yeah,
That's why I think I was talking to Kevin prior to the show that I told him that even though 2020 took a lot from us, stress, work, you know what I mean. Some people lost family members, everything, but through our community, it kind of united us more because we started putting faces to voices, and we started actually reaching out and pushing ourselves to be better as family, as friends. And I think that's good because when I had COVID, I had people reach out to me that not once that I've ever spoken to them. They actually slid into my DMs, how you doing, how's everything? And you know what, now they're friends that I feel that like forever.
And then
right on.
let's go ahead and where could people contact you, Richard?
So it would just be the Beer Belly Boys Twitter. It's Beer Belly Boys FC. Um, and then on Twitch, it's going to be streaming at Dan Bino followed by underscore. And then just pretty much kind of piggybacking off of what everyone else said, 2020 was a tough year. So being able to get on and at the end of the day, play some pro clubs and just meet new people within the community is something that, means a lot. And it's just uh, getting us more excited to actually go to the games, and finally starting to meet each other in person and all that, and that's really what I'm looking forward to.
All right. What about you, Gilbert?
You can find me at Gilbert C99 on Twitter. I just want to give out a huge shout out to Scott for starting the Wednesday Cosmo events. That's when I started playing with everyone. And I feel like what has this like pro clubs during the pandemic, I feel like it's not talked about, but I feel like during the pandemic there's a lot of people going through depression, loneliness, a lot of people who can't go out and socialize, people who are now unemployed, they don't have a job. And there's a lot of people who are stuck at home nowadays. And I feel like getting on that night and just playing pro clubs with a lot of people, jokes and banter aside with all the teams, I think it's good for everyone. Everyone's just having fun. We're all just playing around, and I think it's just good for everyone.
All right. I think I got all the teams right. And then Manny, what about you? Where could people reach you?
You can find me on Twitter as Mandy2_G. Same thing on Twitch. I just want to say, to all you guys, thank you for your participation in our league, building your teams, building our community, and you know what I mean. just thinking about being something a part of something changing, like Gilbert says, changing somebody's life. We don't know what type of depression or something somebody's going through, and that 1 2 hours that you guys are just shooting the shot with them, it can change somebody's life. And especially now with the whole pandemic and everything going on, hopefully one day our goal is to have our Liga G at the stadium and everybody rocking their jerseys, because almost all teams have jerseys now. So big ups to you guys for creating all that, and that's awesome. I love to see it. I love to see the creativity from everybody.
And then for me, you could reach me at Kevin_U10. We will be back next week at 9:15 as well. We'll recap the first games from Sunday and preview the next games. And then I also want to give a shout out to the G30 podcast, pretty new podcast. Check them out. They have some pretty good content as well. So just want to give them a quick shout out. But other than that, thank you guys for being here with us. All of you guys that tuned in with us, thank you for being on the stream, and also go ahead and subscribe. We are approaching 100 subscriptions. Once we reach 100, we are gonna have some type of raffle. Not sure what we're gonna be raffling yet, but once we get to 100, all those who subscribe, the first 100, are gonna be part of that raffle. But other than that, thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next Friday, 9:15. Thank you.